Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is the Faceless Artist and welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club. Last episode we were showing our first poem, now we're just gonna continue off with Natsuki. Well, it's above all expected for someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me, it's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions, so basically it's not cute enough for your taste. Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Sigh. Well, anyways, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you like it. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek. Cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced I wouldn't like this? Well, because everyone in high school thinks the writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, some people don't even take my writing seriously. It isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves, your writing style won't make your messages any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard, like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can really be disheartening, so I decided to write about it. But the other nice thing about simple writing is it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I don't care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Well, only Monica. Hi, having a good time so far? Ah, yeah, good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring them up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring them up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, you want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Ha ha ha. Don't worry, we're all little parents today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand her. I like this one. It makes me think of something Sayori would like. Is that so? You and Sayori are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had those sort of things in common. Ah, well, we may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different. Well, that may be the case, but maybe there are also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you, it sounds like the two of you really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you think. So I think that's the kind of vibe I get when reading your poem. Sure you're not reading into it too much? I could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri, but in any case, Yuri's writing has kind of a gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy will enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's totally unexpected. Well, to each their own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this, that's okay. I love to see you try new things, that's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kind of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Ah ha ha ha. Ah ha ha ha. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. So I'm pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's cause I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction that spackle protrudes. A nosy neighbor. An angry boyfriend. I'll never know. I wasn't home. Appear inside for a clue. No, I can see a real blind like a film left out in the sun, but it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy. But the meaningless image is just a little hole. It wasn't too bright, it was too deep. Scratching forever into everything, a hole of infinite choices. I realized now that I wasn't looking in, I was looking out. he on the other side was looking in. She's being abused, I think. Ah, it's very freeform, it's what you call it. Ah, it's okay. Yeah, the concept has gotten pretty popular nowadays. This positive input ever since. Why am I reading this so fast? When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Ah. Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets so fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this: if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Phew, I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they are just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. Do I get to read my own poem or what? This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. Sharing their respective poems as they read in tandem, watch each other's expression change. Natsuki eyebrows furrowing frustration, meanwhile Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, that's someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and I did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And he liked my poem too. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? The music stopped. I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress a new member, Yuri. Eh? That's not what Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that he appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh, and how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? I know. If I was full of myself, I would literally go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Ooh, that was a nice hit below the belt right there. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as it started showing up. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. She's just trying to make me look bad. Okay. I'm just gonna peel a tangerine while we rest upon the facts. Or is this a mandarin? What's the difference between a tangerine and a mandarin? That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Well, yeah, that's true, if that was really true. But is it really true? What's the point of making poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Okay, help me explain that to her. Okay. Wait. Okay. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning. The most effective avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also waste. You understand that, right? Well? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whoever I agree with will probably think more highly of me. So of course that's going to be Yuri. I really like her. She has... I don't know. Yuri. Natsuki. You rather like your poems, see? Wait, that sounds good for you to... You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. Okay. Yuri wouldn't even talk my poems seriously. I understand, Yuri, eh? You're seriously talented, right? There's no secret that I was impressed. Well, that's... But here's the thing. Now, how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it, becoming something really personal. That's when Natsuki fell flat and when you said her poem was cute. I see. I didn't notice that. I'm sorry, but Natsuki took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Strapped at this point being the final courage can't handle the pressure. And now I'm feeling bad for her. Okay. Sounds gonna hurry, it helps to take a walk and clear my head. Sorry, she doesn't need to, you know what? I'm going to do that. I'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now. Okay. Okay, so she threw it away. She really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her. I gingerly approach her and sit in the Asian chair. Everything alright? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, why would I hate you? How could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled that as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, you're too kind. I'm thankful to have you a part of this club now. It's nothing. One more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said about, you know, I would never do anything so shameful, so, what did Natsuki say? Well, never mind that. I'm going to go make some tea. Ah, good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah. Okay, everyone, just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright, well, mostly. How about me? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. I guess we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe learn something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself. I did learn a little bit more level, but any luck that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress, and out to myself with newfound determination. This is supposed to at one point turn into a horror. At least from what I have read. Did walk home? Sure, let's go. Hehehe, Sayori beams at me. Surely has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Okay. I guess you can say we're hanging out. Sayori? Well, what happened earlier? What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki, does that kind of thing happen often? No, no, no. Okay. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they made good friends with you. Phew. You know? It's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club, but I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Hehehe. Every day is going to be so much fun. Sigh. It looks like Sayori still hasn't got down to the kind of situation. I mean, sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay, yeah, that was... My character is a bit of a dick, isn't he? Okay, yeah, let's do this. Suicide. Why are you jumping? Determination. Grief. Extreme. Depression. Tragedy. Vitality. Imagination. Life is your creation. Doki Doki. Swimsuit. Death. It's kind of telling who jumps at what. This could actually be a nice moment to save. I think I'll be doing guides on this. Inferno. Marshmallow Crimson. After Image, Intellectual, Childhood. Intellectual. Agonizing. Fester. Portrait Variance. Massacre. Sadness. I kinda have the feeling I'm missing something. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I got a little more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Sayori, looks like you're in good mood today. Hehehe, I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood, but I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Oh, yeah. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. Eh? That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Eh? Why that all of a sudden? No reason really, I just wanted to look at it. So she retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open, then she turns it upside down and lets it and spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it, I can see right through you. That's not fair, how did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have brought us now before coming into the club room. So either you're not hungry and want an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to completely forget that you spent all your money so that I will lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry, and so that only leaves the one option. Oh, I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles, eh? I didn't notice she was listening in. Her face is in her book as always. This really all goes so well together. I think it'll be interesting dynamic because I didn't really see anybody do it like I'm doing it currently. I wasn't listening or anything, it was just something in my book. Yuri, tell to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. I didn't mean that. I got so absorbed into my book. I really like when you speak your mind. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right though. This is something bad and I have to accept the retribution. That. Still coming from you, Sayori. Guess there's a little devil inside of all of us, isn't there? Hehehe. Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if you didn't want for the cupcakes, so I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that. I don't know where something smacks Sayori in the face and shambles onto the desk. Plop. Kia. Ow. What was, a cookie. Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Is this a miracle? Is it because I paid my restitution? Retribution? Actually, that one almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you. But then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction though. Natsuki, that's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Geez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Murph. Then clasps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Yours looks really good too. Can I try it? Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers, but yours is chocolate. Yeah, well, you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of seat and goes behind Natsuki and wraps her arms around her. Jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. So she stole a bite of the cookie. I get it. Did you seriously just do that? Mouthful Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Geez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori? Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room. Where's Monica anyways? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me? Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just has something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me? Suddenly the door swings open. This thing is wet. Sorry, I'm super sorry. There you are. I just didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kinda just lost track of time. That makes no sense though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well. I don't really. I kinda just started recently. I always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monica. Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. Yay. That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently. Really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? Not really. I chose to leave Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. Looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri's back to her book and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I feel bad for distracting her from reading. Catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I'm out of this sensing I made her uncomfortable. Yeah, you don't really want to stare at people. Oh. It's fine. I was focused then, I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place, but I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book that you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it, not for any particular reason, just curious how come you have 2 copies of the same book. Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. As far as I'm concerned, I'm trying to nail her, so... me not reading that book is very bad. It's a very engaging and relatable story, is that so? What's it about anyway? Well, over the back, the book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright, I just want to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long lost younger sister, but as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escape from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? You made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Jennifer giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of the sort of thing? No, it's not that. I mean, I could definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yes, I've got that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and recluse, and the outside of her mind seems to be completely different. Just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. Horrible things happen not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly when you thought you related to the protagonist, they made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest in anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieve the book that I put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip in the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to, it's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with someone. I see, well just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright, I'll open the book and start the prologue. As soon as I say what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just Yuri. You really apologize a lot, don't you? I do. I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean, here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page here. Yuri takes her left thumb and holds the left side of her book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Eh? Turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. Let's see his face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I know I'm being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me. That's only by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb's gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kinda reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. You remain silent for a moment, but that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't think you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri sails spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if I haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hands from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. Yes, I'll read a bit more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up, I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. Let's show it to Yuri immediately. Let's see what you've written for today. There's one surprise expression on your face. Do you like it? How did you pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing, maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. She visibly swallows, even her hands appear sweaty. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine, take your time. She breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer the patience to her. Yeah, just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but since I'm motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy. Are you saying that you never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it. I really only write for myself, and besides, people would just laugh at me. Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh. Even your close friends. She doesn't have any friends. Wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. If it's with you. The raccoon. It happened in the dead of night, while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scattering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my stage tendencies as an human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread. My subconscious is well aware of the consequences. Well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity, the raccoon an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife, the very same light that glitters in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited, or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood, classic Pavlovian conditionings. I slice the bread and I feed myself again. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can begin to imagine what this poem is about. It was in my first writing style using these poems that come especially with magical emotions through them. Yeah, if they get a fast value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. But to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more usual hobbies is those sort of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing. People would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that? Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities. Even if it's difficult sometimes and some things make us uncomfortable, after all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. Might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. Okay. So I could be mistaken, but that almost looks like that it sounds like a cutting self-harm metaphor. If I were to take it, because this is, you know, in that sense. Let's show it to Sayori. Oh, I like this one. There's some nice feelings in it. I'm glad still though. That makes it sound like you liked yesterday's poems better. I guess you got me. Sometimes you know me a little too well for my own good. Well then, don't just try to be nice about it. If I'm doing a bad job, then I'd rather just hear it. No, I still like this one, I promise. You know I wouldn't lie to you. Never ever. Yeah, I guess so. What made yesterday's poem so great compared to this one then? Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad, but that's why I just go by my heart. It makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. Simple logic. I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah, me neither. Well. Okay, why don't you at least try giving us a thought? You want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. That's true. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep it in mind. Well, whatever. Anyways, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. Women. I mean, if we're going to go with the traditional sense. Okay, there's a word for that, right? I think so. Bittersweet. Or sour. I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad. I can see you liking something sad. Well, I like happy the most, but sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help give the rain cloud a little hug. And make a nice happy rainbow. Sorry, that's unexpectedly poetic, eh? It is. Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's a secret place where I keep all my dreams. Okay, this is obviously her head. Little balls of sunshine, all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe, and I put the bottle on the shelf with all of the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in bottles, all in a row. Messed, nevd. My collection makes me lots of friends, each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friends feel a certain way, down comes a bottle to save the day. Okay, night after night more dreams, friend after friend more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies, digging and digging, scraping and scrapping. I blow dust off my bottle caps, it doesn't feel like time elapsed. I blow the dust off my bottle caps, doesn't feel like time elapsed, my empty shelf could use some more, my friends look through my locked front door. Finally all done, I open up and in come my friends, in they come in such a hurry, do they want my bottles that much? Frantically pull them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in shards all over the floor. Supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling, they're all shouting, pleading something, but all I hear is echo, echo, echo inside my head. God damn. Okay. Holy crap. Yes, you did. Yeah, but I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about this. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Ah, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah. Writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Don't get ahead of yourself. So I've always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times, but seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Let's actually show it to Natsuki. I liked your last one better. Really? Well, yeah, I can tell you were a little more daring with this one, but you're really not good enough for that yet. It fell flat. That may be true, I just want to try something different. I'm still figuring this all out. I mean, I always like points that aren't trying too hard. Okay. Yeah, I kinda get it. You're short, so you like short words. Simple, cute, and to the point. Yuri said over heels for all the scripted nonsense, but I see right through that BS, huh? Making your reader look so hard for all this deep meaning. It's just an excuse to have no meaning at all. I guess that's one way to look at it. Well, everyone has their own opinion, but my opinion is the best opinion. I'm sure you figured that out already. Anyway, here's my poem, maybe you'll learn something. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time, I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably ghosts. That's why I'm not friends with her. Okay. I have no idea where this is going, by the way. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. Doesn't matter if she doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross, she's gross, so it's better off without spider lovers. And I'm gonna tell everyone. This is really cryptic. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. Hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this point. That I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler knowledge, and it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like, I would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course, it's about how everyone thinks that doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I want it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or a guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid if people find out they make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Huh, that's funny. Yuri wrote about something similar today, huh? Say Yuri? Yeah, she said her poem is about an unusual hobby of hers. Uh-huh. Ah, really? Well, I mean, she is pretty weird, even though she has some weird hobbies. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's not like I would judge her or anything. It's okay, trouble finding words. I guess I should try not to be so mean to her. If she feels insecure about her weird behaviors and stuff. I mean, I always hate people who make me feel insecure, and you made me feel insecure yesterday. Yeah, she'll enjoy it. Well, I would say so. Even her writing style is really different. I'm sure she'll appreciate the message in your poem. It's what I do best, after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like, conveying emotions is important, but I want to make people think, not just feel. Yeah, they're gonna write a good one for tomorrow, so look forward to it. Okay. Uh-huh. Hi again, how's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that, as long as it's not going bad. Happy that you're applying yourself, maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. Haha, I wouldn't count on that, you never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Yeah, sure. Okay, alright. Great job. I was going, oh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. Aha, that's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism, unlike Sayori, who likes using simple direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes them when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel. Or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked though, I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that, you do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. But anyways, you want to read my poem now. I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. The colors they won't stop, bright beautiful colors flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue, an endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise it won't stop, violent, grating waveforms, squeaking, screeching, piercing, sine, cosine, tangent, playing a chalkboard on a third table like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust, an endless poem of meaningless. Load me. Okay. Huh. So you're more absent than your last one, huh? Guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. Kind of like playing with the space on the paper. Choosing where, how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes you feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what's it about though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. Or a conversation with the reader, so putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save... Oh... This is foreshadowing. Now know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? Ahaha. That's my advice for the day, thanks for listening. Okay, everyone, we're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned for today, so everyone will come sit at the front of the room. This is about the festival, well, sort of. I'm actually gonna end it here, because that was foreshadowing if I ever seen it.